You took a screenshot? Try to do it. Try to see that is the pipeline that we're going to do. Pipeline, do you remember Jenkins? Jenkins pipeline, setting SonarQubes, all our that project we did in Jenkins, right? Same thing we're going to do it. So meanwhile, let me log in. Okay, you try. Go open it and see the pipeline. Sure, Harshal. Mail me. And you can utilize our mentor's help also. No, Dinesh. Okay. Okay now. So there is a question, Harish, how to manage volumes in ECS, or do we have really manage volumes in ECS or only Docker? See, Harish, if you're using ECS, there are 3 volume types that you can use. We call it as bind mounts, EFS volumes, Docker volumes. But if you go for the first one, bind mounts, that is easy to temporary ephemeral storage. And the other one is EFS volumes. Remember EFS, you can use that EFS for shared volumes, shared storage. And then you have Docker volumes, that is also temporary storage in Fargate. So if you use Fargate, you don't have anything, everything is managed by AWS. 3 types you can investigate on it. Bind mounts, EFS volumes, and then Docker volumes. Okay. Let's see here, guys, everyone. So here, this is a Netflix clone DevOps. So this is you. The Netflix code is there inside our GitHub. Half of the pipeline you know already. The only thing in the Jenkins project we did, right? We need to do the same thing again here. So what are the things that we have here? You tell me if you don't have all these things here. You tell me. So in Jenkins pipeline, what's the first stage? You get the code. Next. Okay. So we have Sonar integrate with what here? Sonar. Next. Artifacts. If you want to store it in S3. And then npm dependency, that means if you want to node package manager. Remember we did this already. Npm dependency we can install. OWASP. Right. S3 is artifacts only. And then you can create a Docker container also. Remember we did this. You can create you can integrate Docker container. So for that you need to first create an image. Remember first that you need to create an image. You can push that image to Docker Hub if required. And then before that we can scan the image. Remember we are scanning the code using SonarQube. We can scan the Docker image using a tool called Trivy. Say that? Trivy. So using Trivy, what we can do is we can scan it and then we can create a container on the EC2 instance. On the what? EC2 instance. So on EC2 instance, we have the container running. It is fine. But do we have any high availability there? No. So then what we do is we will create automatically a Kubernetes EKS. Which one? Remember EKS? Elastic Container Kubernetes Service. EKS is Elastic Kubernetes. So I will not be creating the setting up EKS is very easy. It's just a matter of clicks only. So here you don't be creating EKS manually. So I already have a Terraform code for it written. So when you're free, we can go through it. So I have a Terraform code to create the EKS automatically. So what we do is we will use the Jenkins for all the integration purpose. In the Jenkins, we go with your GitHub. We'll get that. We'll scan it. Right. S3 also you can integrate if required. Right. And top of it, we'll integrate Docker also. Right. And then we'll integrate Docker and we'll integrate Kubernetes. And on all this, what we need to do is we need to have a monitoring also, right? So we'll be integrating here Prometheus and Grafana also. Understood? So what are all these contain? This contain Jenkins, Sonar, Trivy, OWASP, Docker, Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana. So this is a DevSecOps pipeline. What is this here? DevSecOps pipeline. So try to go with this 14 steps by yourself. I'm giving 2 minutes. Go and read this. You understood anything or not? You tell me. This is a whole pipeline. You know half of the project already, correct? The only thing new thing here is EKS. And that project we have done multiple days. One is Prometheus, another one Grafana we did, another one Jenkins we did. But whole thing we will be doing it now in one shot. Huh? What? Better, huh? It will not be taken. So sonar quality gates are there, Harish. We will do that. Or else we'll just keep OWASP. It will take time, but we'll do sonar quality checks. OWASP will take time, okay? Okay, now. Okay, see here. What we're gonna do is, first of all, we'll be going till now. We have been doing the projects in multiple operating systems, right? So entire Kubernetes and Docker, everything we did on Amazon Linux too. And somewhere I have to Ubuntu also, but this project I'll be doing on Ubuntu. So what you need to do is, we need to launch Ubuntu, either 23 or the latest 24 also fine. So T2 large, which one? Because here we have only one machine that will be installed Jenkins on top of it, and then Docker also, and then Sonar also, everything on the same machine. But only for Prometheus Grafana we'll go with the second. In fact, you can do everything on the same machine. As we have multiple tools on the same machine, it should be a little bit more powerful or not. But that is reason I'm taking which one here, T2 large. And then what we need to create a IAM role and attach a admin permission, because you need to do a lot of things. So what I did just now, I have launched an EC2 instance which is Ubuntu T2 large, and make sure I didn't wrote this with how much GB? 30 GB, because it needs to have a lot of data, right? So by default it will give only 8 GB, but increase it to what? 30 GB. Okay. So I have already launched the EC2 instance. The role is also attached to it, and then I have given a name called here Netflix. Okay. So next, what we need to do? We need to install Jenkins, Docker, Trivy, all kind of softwares we need to install it. Software scripts, everything is available. No need to do it manually. Just copy paste the script, run the scripts. And then I will, in our last classes, we use SonarQube on a EC2 instance. We install on EC2 instance. As you are DevOps engineers, can we create a Docker container for it? Sonar. It's just a matter of one command. It will create the entire SonarQube. Just open the link. Remember how much hangama we did it for EC2 instance? So you need to know that also and this also. As we did physical, EC2 instance, now I'm showing it on the container. And I showed you also Prometheus Grafana also on container also, and Kubernetes pods also, and I showed you on the EC2 instance also. Multiple things I have done it. Okay. So install Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, here, Trivy, everything, and then we'll set up one SonarQube using that. And then create a TMDB API key. TMDB meaning there is a website where it contains all real-time movies information database. Right? The movie database, correct. So the movie database where if you have a key, so automatically Netflix will take that and then show all your movies over there. That is different IMDb. This is TMDB. That is different. So this contains only the database. IMDb is to watch movies, no? I don't know. I have never used IMDb, but this is TMDB is there. Listen this. Okay. Go with this. Ante. Ide na mata. Okay. Yeah. Acha. IMDb is for ratings. That's it. You can download movies. Acha. I was thinking you can download movies there. Movie rules. iBomma. Online watching. Acha. Okay. You should talk to the person who watch movies, not with my friend. Okay. So I told you, no, my last movie was that too. Previous movies was that too very old. Okay, let's not talk about myself. You'll get discouraged. So next year is install Prometheus and Grafana on the new server. You know this already, how to set it up. And then install Prometheus plugins and integrate with the Prometheus server. We'll do it. Email integration, you can do it. I'll not be doing it because email integration, remember, you need to go to your Google profile and then generate the things. And I already integrate the email with your Jenkins also. So, but I'll give the code to you, but I'll not be integrating the emails. So, and then we need to install plugins all in your, remember plugins for your Jenkins. Let's install all these things. And we create a pipeline project for Jenkins using Declarative pipeline. And we'll install OWASP also. We'll keep it aside because it will take a lot of time. But mainly concentrate on image building and then deploying the image using Docker, setting up the EKS with the Terraform and accessing our Netflix app. So it is very easy. It will not take that much time because it is automated everything. So what we do is here, first step is set up AWS EC2 instance, create an EC2 instance with this. It's done or not? And then what we do is let's install Terraform, kubectl, AWS CLI on the machine. Yes or no? Terraform is required to create our EKS. To create what? EKS. Our Jenkins need to go and create EKS Kubernetes cluster automatically or not? For that, we need to have a Terraform software on the machine. And of course, we need to have a kubectl in order to run any kind of EKS to connect to the Kubernetes and then work on commands. We have two things, EKSCTL and kubectl. EKSCTL, how we have K8s, we done using K8s, right? So K8s command will be used on the cluster level, remember? So, and then kubectl will be used on the command level. If you want to manage the if you want to use it on the pods, everything you can do it. So similarly, EKSCTL is used for cluster level, kubectl for your commands, you can use it. And then AWS CLI also required. So let's create, so we have the script here, which is installing what here? Terraform, installing what? kubectl, installing what? CLI. So simply what we take this, and then what we do? Script1.sh. Let's go and set up. Script1.sh. So this will go and install it. And in next script, what we are installing, you can install everything in one script, but it's not that important here to make your machine that much stress, right? So here next, what we need to do, we need to install Java. Of course, for Jenkins we need Java, and then Jenkins, Java, and then Docker. After that, Trivy also need to install. what do you need to install? Trivy. So these are the softwares that we need to install in order to use for set up this project. Okay. Okay, very good. So this is done already. Let's go to the script 2. So script 2 is installing Jenkins. This will take time. After that, we install what here? Trivy. So after installing it, what we do? We create a S3 private bucket. For what purpose? To store what? Image. What do you want to do? State file. For what purpose? State file purpose. Artifact is a block of things that I already told you can integrate it. Okay. So we can create a S3 private bucket for state file because we'll provide state file. So for that, we'll create a S3 bucket with this name. Let's create a private bucket only. So it is installing Jenkins here, 24%. So once it installs Jenkins, then what we do now, we'll install Trivy also. So we need to create one pipeline for what purpose? Yes. So for that, what we do, what is the plugin we need to install first? Terraform plugin we need to install. So how to install? Go to manage Jenkins plugins and then Terraform, install it. Simple as that. And then what we need to do, we need to go to tools and then we need to set up that slash. We need to give that path, right? So we'll be taking the path and then. So we have the pipeline here. So there is a code, everything available here in this DevOps Netflix, GitHub. So just type here Netflix. This. Go ahead and fork it. This form directory. So inside this directory, I have main.tf, backend.tf, provider.tf. So what is there in the backend? Backend is S3, right? Remember? So you need to put your own bucket name here or not? So guys, when you fork it, so you need to change only this bucket name over here. And then provider of this one, I have written, so not written, I use official documentation for Terraform EKS setup. So you just take the same thing. If you're interested, EKS is all about, Kubernetes is all about master and node. Yes or no? Master and node. So here, good thing is, we have done everything manually, setting up Kubernetes manually, K8s, remember? So we have set up, so I mean, K8s has set up its own master node and then worker nodes for you, right? But whereas you need to maintain the master nodes and worker nodes for yourself on the EC2 machine or not? You need to maintain, you need to handle it. All you, do you remember in the master node what are the components that you have? API server. Puri, Vada, scheduler, control manager, ABCD. Okay, so if you remember, so in the master node we have all those components, right? Worker node, kubelator, kube proxy, remember networking, wala, right? Container runtime. So you need to remember all these things, right? You remember what we do. So good thing about EKS is, I told you EKS is completely managed by AWS. So our control plane, that meaning our master node is completely managed by EKS. The only thing that we need to do is we need to manage worker nodes. We call it as data plane. What is that? Data plane. That control plane is master, data plane is worker nodes. So in EKS, master node, that meaning control plane is completely managed by AWS. So when you, and then it is only a single command, right? EKS CTL create a cluster name, but a cluster will get created. You just need to mention how many nodes that you need. Worker nodes will be like an EC2. Worker nodes will be EC2 only, but that is managed by EKS only, AWS only. Understood? So everything is automated, but the only thing what you need to do is you need to launch one EC2 instance, connect to the cluster, and start running our same own commands that what we did in the Kubernetes. Okay. So do you see this here? You can easily understand what. So it is creating a IAM policy here, IAM role here. You're attaching a role, and what it is creating here? It is creating or using a. Remember data block we have used. It is using our default VPC, it is using our AWS subnets, and it is creating a cluster. What's the name of the cluster it is creating? EKS underscore cluster. So and then remember it depends on everything. So it's creating IAM role, and then roles are getting attached, and it is creating what here? Node group. What it is creating? Worker nodes it is creating. Desired size. How many sequences will launch? Worker nodes only one, and which is that is T2 medium. That's it. If you use this, automatically EKS will be created. So I think our Jenkins is ready. So let's go ahead and then set up our Jenkins quickly. What number? The password. Yes, once this is done, after that, what we need to do? Install the Terraform plugin. First, let's go with the first pipeline. We need to create two pipelines here. One is EKS setup, another one is our Netflix setup. Okay. In Terraform, mainly we have an iPad, right? So automatically, so here what we do is we go and apply or destroy. So what I do is I'll create a pipeline with this project is parameterized variables I use apply or destroy. So it's my wish. When if you want to create, select apply and then build the pipeline. And then Terraform will go and create a EKS cluster. And if I don't want, select destroy and then run the build, automatically go and destroy. Okay. 6 3 more minutes. Meanwhile, see this pipeline. Guys, see this pipeline. I'll go and set up the pipeline EKS job. And this project is this project is parameterized. And then what is the name I give? Action. And what are the two choices? Apply and destroy. And do you remember the pipeline we wrote? You are experts now. You know to write everything by scratch here. Okay. So tell me what this pipeline is doing. Pipeline agent, any stages, what is doing? Check out from Git. So this is our Git URL where it has what? Our code. This one. Inside this, our EKS is in which directory? EKS underscore Terraform. So Terraform version it is checking. And then what did you do? Stages, steps. I'm using what here? Directory, because it is under this directory or not? It is under the code is inside the directory. For that reason, I'm using here dir. Go to this directory, and what I need to perform here? Terraform init. Next to Terraform validator. Next to Terraform planner. Next to Terraform. Here, what is the variable name I have given on the top? Action. So either it can be apply or destroy. So I'll run that pipeline and go. It will take at least 10 to 15 minutes to set up our EKS cluster. Okay. Okay, come on, Ritilli. So I'll go and create that. Trivy also we need to install, right? Thanks for reminding. Otherwise, if you run the pipeline fails, saying that Trivy not found. In that case, what do you need to do? Install the Trivy. Image scanning, Dinesh, for vulnerability checks. Docker image scanning. SonarQube is for the code. This is for the image. This is also installed. So guys, if I say which Terraform is in which directory? USR bin. So I need to tell this information to the Jenkins. Hey, Babu, if you want to, no, I need to go now, Dinesh. So if you want to use the Terraform command, so we need to go to Jenkins tool section and give this path. Okay, so first what I need to do? I need to install the plugin. So go to manage Jenkins, go to plugins, available plugins. Which one? Terraform. Select that and then install. Okay, install, right? So now what we do is we just need to go to manage Jenkins, and then you see this here? Go to tools. Go to tools. In these tools, as we have already installed Terraform, do you see we need to add the name? What's the name here? Terraform. We already installed, right? So uncheck it. Where did we install? In which directory? USR/bin. So USR/bin. Okay. So USR/bin. And what do you need to do? /bin. Okay. So it is better to give slash. What's now? Okay. So now what we need to do? We need to create a pipeline. So what pipeline is that? EKS. So create a pipeline. So I call it as this project is parameterize. Which one here? So choice, action. What is that? Apply, destroy. And simply what I need to do? So take this pipeline that you know already, and then go ahead and then build with parameters. Which one? Apply, build. So let it work. Okay, this will take time. Meanwhile, I'll go and finish my fasting. Okay, just give me a few minutes online. Okay, it's online. Okay, so see whether you get an error or not. If you get an error, comment troubleshoot here, someone. Okay, so you see here, our EKS got successfully created or not? So our EKS build is success. So if you go to EKS here, Elastic Kubernetes Service, so the cluster has been set up. You see this? Okay, so if you go inside this, so do you see this here? All the cluster information is readily available. But here there is one error called your current IAM principal doesn't have access to the. So what is the user here? I'm using an IAM user here, doesn't have access for this cluster. For this, you need to run these many commands. So I've already created commands for that. So that is not important now, but we can do it. So first, let's concentrate on what here, setting up the pipeline. So to resolve this error, so I've already yesterday night only I sat and then resolve this error. So what you need to do is you need to create a multiple role bindings and then you need to do the modification cube system. We need to do a little bit more things on. Basically, you need to give the permissions to the IAM user RIA to this cluster. Okay, we'll do that later. So do you all understand the cluster got created? So next, what we need to do is let's access that cluster. How to access that cluster? Say with me, AWS EKS. What you need to do? List the clusters. -n in which region? AP minus south minus 1. So the cluster is listing here. And then you need to use this AWS EKS update, say that, update kube config, say that. So kube config, you know very well, kube config is the main guy that in the Kubernetes, so which has the information about the cluster. So here you need to update. We have installed already kubectl, right? So kubectl has this kube config. We need to update our AWS EKS cluster into that kube config. For that, we need to use AWS EKS update hyphen kube config hyphen region. Which region? AP minus south minus 1 hyphen name. Which name is our that? EKS underscore cluster. Do you see this? So, and if you do kubectl get nodes. Kubectl get nodes. You see the node? How many nodes we have created? Only one. It will not show any control plane, that means master node, because master node is our EKS cluster. So how many worker nodes we have created? Only one. Desire capacity have given only one. So this is the worker node. So you can run all your normal Kubernetes commands that what we have learned, everything you can run. You can create pods, you can create service, you can create everything with that. The only difference is what here in our course we have used K8s to set up the cluster. You can use kubeadm also to set up the cluster. You can use minikube also to set up the cluster. You can use EKS also. Cluster setup is different, but the commands are same or not? Commands are same. So EKS meaning our master node is managed by AWS. So only worker node. So it got created, and all your pods, service, deployments, whatever, everything will not run normally here. So do you have any spots here? So you can create the pods, create service, deployments, everything you can do it. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, correct, Dinesh. Okay. So what is the next thing that we're going to do is let's go and set up what here? SonarQube. Which one here? SonarQube. So remember, if you want Jenkins to run our Docker commands, so you need to give the permissions for this Docker process. So remember, we have given this already. Remember these commands. So just run this in the Docker. Okay. So just reload and then restart our Docker service. So Docker PS. Do you have any containers here? No. Docker images. Do you have any images here? No. So now what we need to do? We need to create a SonarQube container. You know very well command. See the command. What's the command? Docker run -d -f name. Which one here? Suppose slave node increase 1 to 2. Then remember in the auto scaling group in the Terraform I have given desire capacity from 1 to 2. You can increase that to 2 in order to have 2 nodes. Dinesh. Okay. Okay. So name is what here? Sonar -p. What's working? Sonar is working on port number 9000, and this is the image. So let's create a container. Do you need a separate machine for this? No need. So our Sonar will be up within few seconds. Super. Sonar is ready. So what do you need to do now? So open the Sonar. What is the IP address that we should use? Our Netflix IP is there, right? Select this and then go here. Port number 9000. Sonar is ready. We need to launch the machine, setting up. Remember all those things. So once you are good in the DevOps, so you can do like this. Okay. So next. So let me log in first. What's the default username? I didn't give anything here. Okay. So SonarQube is starting. Okay. Up. So admin and then admin. Old password. Admin root 123. Root 123. Sonar is ready. Sonar is ready. Okay. Next, what we need to do is let's create a TMDB API key. So what you need to do is you just need to go and search for TMDB in the internet. TMDB. So go to TMDB. Which one? TMDB. So TMDB to get the movie names and movie information from the database. It's a movie database. What's it here? Movie database. So what you need to do is, okay, let's go here. And then what you need to do? You need to sign up first. What you need to do? Sign up, login. So you need to sign up, but I don't remember my trainer. Yeah. Request block. Okay, maybe I use multiple times. So what you need to do is simply you sign up. Once you sign up, go to settings and then go to here API. Go to create and click on developer. Application name is demo. Rest don't give anything. I'm just saying blah blah blah. Don't right. And then once you click on it, it will generate the key. So keep the key with you. Keep the key with you. So for me now it is crying. It's not allow me to. Okay, that's fine. So it will generate the key like this. This is the API key. Okay, so keep that with it. Okay, now what we have set up? We have set up the Jenkins. We have set up the EKS. We have set up the Sonar, and then API key is also ready. So meanwhile, should we go and set up a Prometheus and Grafana and then node export also? Remember. So let's quickly go ahead and launch one more EC2 instance. And this EC2 instance also, let's go with what? T2 medium, because it needs to install Prometheus, Grafana, node exporter. We need to install a lot of things. Let's go with that. Yes, Harish, that's what we'll be doing it. So I call it as promo graph. And then I go with what here? Ubuntu. And T2, which one I said? Medium is fine. Keep it 530. Edit it. So I'm just going to this. So default. And let's go for a little bit, 15 GB, so that it downloads and do things. And then go ahead and then launch. So after that, what we need to do? We need to do the installations or not? So we need to do the installations here. Do you see? So what we need to install first? We need to install Prometheus. So just take the script and then run it. I'm telling you, these scripts will help you a lot in your real time. So it is not that easy that you go to the internet and get the script like this. So I went to multiple sites and then get the, and when you run the script, it will not run. You'll get some errors. So, but I removed all the errors, kept the error-free code script here. You can use that. So let's go and connect it. Okay. So do you see this here? There is one more machine T2 minute which is unknown. That is what? Worker node of our EKS. So just now I created a promo graph. So let's go. Okay. Which one is that? Ubuntu. Okay, sudo -, yes. So I call it a host name, ctl set -host name, promo graph, I'll say sudo -i. So should we go and set install Prometheus? I call promo.sh. So let's take this and then install Prometheus. sh. So after that, we need to create a Prometheus.service file. So just go into the VI, this, and then put all this entire information. As we already did this in the Prometheus and Grafana, right? Okay, Prometheus is installing. Okay, done. Next, edit the file, and then put this here. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to enable our Prometheus, and we need to start the service. Okay, so if you want to see the status, so Prometheus is running or not, it is active. Okay, so after that, what we need to install? We need to install the node exporter. Remember what the node exporter? It will collect the logs or not. So let's install our node exporter also. It's done. So for that also we'll create a service file here, node exporter service file. And then keep this. And then simply what you do, we need to enable and then start. Okay, if you want to see the service, that is also working. Okay, so this one, yeah, this for collecting the metrics, node exporter, correct. So this one, do you remember Prometheus.yaml? If you want to add the nodes, you need to add it here. So I'm adding it in another place. So it is for your reference I have given here. So now what we need to do, we install the Prometheus and we install the node exporter. What we need to install now? Grafana. Let's go and install our Grafana. Okay. So, Grafana is done and running. So what is the port number for Grafana if you remember? 3000 or not? 3000. You see our Grafana is ready. What's the password? Admin. So root 123. Done. So first, what we need to add for this? Data source. What we need to add? You see here, data source. And then which data source? Prometheus. And then where is your Prometheus? On the same machine or not? On the same machine, meaning I just need to take out this and put the, but this is with the 9000. So if you do here and then save, oops, yeah. Connection refuse. Localhost is also fine, right? So I can give the same localhost, also is fine. But why didn't, okay, 1990, not 9000. Which one is that? 1990. Correct. So, and then if you can add the dashboards now, whichever the dashboard that you want, you can add the dashboard. But my main intention here is, I want to monitor Jenkins. I want to monitor what? You can monitor any node also, right? You just need to add, but I want to monitor here Jenkins. How do we do that? So I clearly wrote it here. So let's go to Jenkins and then install which plugin here? Prometheus plugin. And then we need to go to YAML file and put the Jenkins IP address over here. Simple. You're getting it now? Already we did this in the Prometheus Grafana. I'm redoing all these things here. So let's go to our Jenkins and install which one? Prometheus. Manage Jenkins, plugins, available plugins, and here, Prometheus. Do you see Prometheus metrics? Install it. So while it is installing it, so what we need to do, we need to edit this Prometheus.yaml file, and then we need to copy paste this code. And then here in the Jenkins IP address, we need to put the Jenkins IP. So let's edit this file. You see this here? Come down. There is already one job name. So let's not touch that job name. That's a local host is there. So here you just need to take this and then put it over here. Okay. And then instead of here, remove this Jenkins and then say, guys, what I'm doing here, I'm adding the target. I'm adding the nodes to the Prometheus to monitor the metrics of this. So what IP address? Which IP address I need to put here? Our Jenkins IP address. Yeah, but here, if you want to see here, Prometheus plugin doesn't support dynamic loading. So generally, I'm showing here, you can install also Prometheus plugins, but it doesn't support dynamic loading. But here, I'm just showing how to install plugins for Prometheus, but it will not be dynamically generating it. But so just go and restart this. But what I can do is, this Prometheus, if you install the plugin and restart the Jenkins, then this Jenkins related metrics will be there. No, that metrics will be sent to your Prometheus, and Prometheus will send it to Grafana. So how many jobs are there? What is it is taking? Everything will be, you'll get it from what? Grafana. That's the reason. Okay. So if you just add only the target into the YAML file, it will just send the metrics information like CPU and all, but it doesn't give the Jenkins level information. So if you want that, then it has this Prometheus plugin. Okay. It has a restart. Okay. Now see here. Now in the Grafana. So can we import our dashboard? Yes or no? So for Jenkins, there is one 9964. Which one? 9964. 9964. Load. You see here Jenkins performance. Here Jenkins performance, data sources, Prometheus, and import it. And you see, this will give you JVM free space, total how many jobs are there, successful jobs. So this information will be given by the Prometheus. What is that plugin? Understood? Yeah. So this will take time because we just created, right? To get the metrics, it will take time. So you all understood how to set up Prometheus Grafana and monitor the Jenkins here, and Jenkins builds, Jenkins pipelines, everything here. Online, is it clear, everyone? So guys, email integration I have given to you. You can just do it by yourself, email integration. Okay. Now let us go and set up what here? Plugins for what? Our SonarQube, for Node.js, and OWASP, for everything. We'll go and set up the plugins now. Online, is this clear here? Setting up Prometheus and Grafana and monitoring the Jenkins server. So email integration, I'm just leaving it for you because you can do it easily by, I've given all the steps. But here, let's go and install all the plugins. See what are the plugins that I need to install. So here it is Eclipse. What's that? Eclipse, SonarQube related thing, Node.js, Docker, and then Docker related things. Let's go and install all these things here. Okay. Let's go to available plugins and tell me what is that. So, Eclipse. Okay. Next up, Sonar Scanner, K8s, right? Sonar Scanner. Okay, that is 2 is enough. So I mentioned Sonar Scanner. Okay, quality K8s is fine. Next up, Node.js. So Node.js came. Next up, Docker related. So Docker, Docker common, Docker pipeline, Docker API, Docker builder. Let's go and install. So better to restart it. Which one? Yeah, first. Exactly. So now what we do is, let's go to the manage Jenkins and tools and then configure all the paths. So we need to use all the JDK installations, Node Sonar, we need to configure all these things, right? Let's go and configure after installing all these things. So we need to configure JDK, we need to configure SonarQube, we need to configure Node.js, we need to configure Docker. These 4. So why need to configure in order to run the pipeline? So meanwhile, while it is setting up, so I'll show you the pipeline. See here. So next we need to go to manage Jenkins tools, right? And install all this, install JDK and Node.js. I'll show you that. After that, what we need to do, we need to configure Sonar server in our manage Jenkins or not. Remember, Sonar server, we need to configure the server name and then we need to configure the tokens. We'll do one by one. You're getting it? Or you forgot our Jenkins? You're getting it, right? Same thing, whatever we have done in the Jenkins project, I'm repeating those. It's okay, Dinesh. It's better. That is in real time. So Dinesh is saying, sir, here you mentioned install without restart, right? So I have restarted. As we are using for test purpose, we can restart. But in real time, whenever you install something, so you know whether you want to restart or not. So for that reason, you can install these 3 things without restarting it. Jobs will be running it, yes. Okay. Harish, why you are attached with OWASP? OWASP will take a lot of time here. You use everything on Earth. So OWASP, you can use it. I've given the code for the OWASP. Just you need to add that snippet that is in the stage. Okay. Okay. Let's go and configure. So where do we go? Manage Jenkins. Let's go to tools. Okay. Let's go. What are the tools we have installed and we need to configure? Okay. See here. What did we here? We have what? JDK installation. So click here. Add JDK and name. I'm saying okay. Add JDK and then here remove this. So install from ADO adopt TM. Right. This one. So which is the latest JDK that you have is 24. That's the latest. Go with -1. 23. So what is the JDK? What's the name I give here? JDK 23. You can give any name. So I'm just giving here JDK 23. JDK will be installed automatically here with this. JDK is configured. Next, Git is already there. Gradle is not there. Next, SonarQube scanner installation. Should we do this? Okay. So what is the name I'm giving here? Sonar-scanner. Here I have given C. Add Sonar-scanner. Install automatically. So it is going and installing here. Latest which one? 7.1. But here I have given 6.1 because every time it is giving the latest one, right? So don't take it seriously. The version names here. Numbers. Next, what we need to set up? Node.js. Maven is there here. Node.js. So Node.js, which version here? 23. So here also I'm putting here Node 23. Okay. Next, Docker is there. Let's go here. What's the name we give here? Docker. And install here. Download from Docker automatically. Got Terraform already. Is this clear? The tools configuration? Yes. Yes. Online clear. Click on Save. So my configuration is done. Tools configuration. Yes or no? So next, what we need to do now? Let's configure Sonar server in the managing. So let's go to manage Jenkins. Where we need to go? Do you remember? So let's go first of all to let's go to our SonarQube server. Here, go to remember administration, security. Let's go here. What's the name we give here? Docker, and install here. Download from Docker automatically. Got Terraform already. Is this clear? The tools configuration. Yes. Online clear. Click on save. So my configuration is done. Tools configuration. Yes or no? So next, what we need to do now? Let's configure Sonar server in the managing. So let's go to manage Jenkins. Where we need to go? Do you remember? So let's go first of all to let's go to our SonarQube server. Here, go to remember administration, security, users, and we generate a token or not. I could have said to you to practice this project and come, right? Jenkins project. Okay, anyways. So here, give the name, what's a Netflix generate. Let's copy this code and then I paste it here. So did I create it here? Guys, in SonarQube, I created my key here. So we need to update that key. We need to create a credentials in the Jenkins or not with this. Where should I go? Tell me for this. Go to credentials, global, add credentials, and here what we have, secret, text, secret. So I need to copy paste that secret ID. So I call it as sonar-token. Which one? Sonar token. And giving the token got created. And we need to add the Sonar server details also in the manage Jenkins or not. Go to manage Jenkins. Where? Very good. System. Come on, baby. It's collecting the data. Okay, so here I search for what? Sonar. Okay, do you see here? In my variables here, add Sonar. What's the name I give here? Sonar-server. What's that? Sonar-server. And I give the IP address. Which IP address? Sonar IP address. Take that, put it here, and remove that. Okay. And what is the authentication here? Sonar token. Click on save. Online, you're getting it now. So, and also what we do is we'll set up a SonarQube quality gates. Which one? Quality gates also. Remember, you need to go to where here? Administration configuration, and then remember webhooks. So go to here, webhooks, click on here, create. And then name, I call it as here to whom you are setting up to name putting Jenkins. And then here I need to put our Jenkins URL or not. So go this. And here what we need to put? SonarQube -web hook /. Okay. This is for what purpose? For the quality gates. Okay, so we have done the quality gates also. Next comes to the pipeline. So we have configured all our infrastructure and all the tools or not. So let's see the pipeline here. Okay, see the pipeline from here to Git and tell me if you have any questions. See from here to here. You understood? Clear. Existing, if you have any data, it will create the workspace in Jenkins workspace. But if you're running the pipeline again and again, then understood the pipe. Okay. Clear display. What is doing an agent? Any tools? Which one we are using here? JDK. What is the name we have given for that? JDK 23. Note the 23. So what's the environment scanner home? Which one we are using tool here? Sonar-scanner. So here clean workspace, that you're cleaning the existing workspace, and then you're getting it from Git. And then do you remember the SonarQube analysis? Remember pipeline script I have used it and generated online. Okay. So and then quality gates. Just now I created quality gates, right? So in the quality gate, what is the token I have already created in the backend? Sonar-token. And then it is installing all the dependencies, npm install, because our entire application is developed in the Node.js. Which one? On the Node.js. That's the reason we need to have npm install. So that's it. So this one is for your what purpose? Email ID purpose. What purpose? Your email sending purpose. You can take that. Online, is this clear? This pipeline, short pipeline. We still have a lot of things, but we'll just go one by one. Let's create the pipeline, and I call it as here Netflix pipeline. See here, guys. Shall I take this post away? Email stuff. Because I didn't configure the email, I'll just remove. Correct only, no? These two brackets, the post and here to here. Online, just clearly here this pipeline. What I'm doing is I'm just getting the code from your Git, and then I'm just analyzing the code using SonarQube, and then quality gates are also we are analyzing it, right? And then installing the dependencies. Should we run this here till here? No. Let's see any kind of errors it throws. So while it is coming up, let's go for the next. What's the next thing that we do here? Docker image build and then push. For that, what we need to do? We need to go and create the credentials for the Docker. After that, what I do? Here, I'll add a new stage called Trivy scan. Which one? So it will use our, if you do sh trivy fs dot, so whatever the data that you have inside your workspace, everything will be scanned. So here you see, and it will scan, it will generate a report into that text file. You don't need to do anything. You just put the command, automatically image scan will happen here. And then do you see Docker build and push? See this command, Docker build, and I'm passing this TMDB API key, I'm passing it here, and I'm building a new image or not? Guys, here, Docker build, I'm passing an argument, and then I'm passing a TMDB key, and then I'm creating a Netflix image name or not? So that meaning we have a Docker file inside our repository. Yes or no? inside our repository, we should be having a Docker file. So you see Docker file here. So this is a Docker file. It uses, you know very well all this is Docker file. So don't worry about it. What is yarn block and all this is related to your Node.js. So this will, using this Docker file, what will happen? It will create a Docker build, will create a image. Say that it will create a image. After that, you are tagging it with a name called Netflix, and then you are pushing it to where? To your Docker hub. You're pushing to where? Docker. In order to push to the Docker hub, first what we need to authenticate or not. For that, I need to create the credentials for Docker. So while this is coming up, should we go and set up credentials for the Docker? So I'll open online. You're following? Okay, manage Jenkins. Where? Credentials, global, and credentials. Trainer. Yeah. You know the password, huh? It's not showing us. Okay. So what's the name I'm using here? Docker. Okay. So this is success or pipeline. And now simply what I need to do. So just go and add the new stage there. What is the stage I'm using now? Docker stage, right? Now you understood this here. Okay, see here. So now I'm pushing the image, and then that image will be scanned right here. Actually, this Trivy file system scan, it will scan your entire file system, and then here it will scan your what? Your image. Your image. So Trivy image, which is the image it need to scan? Netflix, and then it will give the information to the Trivy image.txt. And then what we do, as we have the image readily available, what this is doing? It is creating a container with which port number it is mapping 8081. This post is not required for email. You understand? Online, you understand the script? Super. So I just take out this post. And what it does, so what it do, I'll explain it again. See here. Yeah, you see that. So it is giving, we have done this here, Git, SonarQube scanning, quality gates are happening, NPM install is happening, file system scanning is happening. And then what is doing? It is building and then pushing it, and then it is checking the scanning. I mean, it is Trivy is helpful for what purpose? Scanning the image, and then it is deploying and it is creating a container. Exactly. Save it. What we do? Now what will happen? It will create a container or not? It will build the image and then it will create the container. So if the entire process is correct, then we need to have our Netflix running on the container with your actual movie databases. Let's see what are the, I also don't know. Till Docker we have done. After that, what we need to do now? We need to integrate Kubernetes. That's it. So we need to write one more stage, and I have only 2 files in my here in Kubernetes. One is a deployment.yaml, another one is, sorry, you are experts on this already. If you go for deployment, you know very well. Same template I'm using it, and then here image I'm going our Netflix image. Remember, same thing. And then in the service.yaml, I'm using which type here? Load balancer and then Netflix. If I use Netflix here, I mean if I use load balancer here, what it will create? It will create a load balancer, and I have my Kubernetes. And this will be this deployment and services will be created where? In EKS. Where in EKS. And then EKS will help us to create a load balancer or not. And if I use that load balancer, I will be having Netflix working with the load balancer, the entire setup. Super. ఇంట్లో చెప్పొచ్చు కదా లేట్ అవుతుంది How is this project? Different things, huh? So first day is completely different, second day is completely different, third day this is completely different. DevSecOps. DevSecOps deployment. Here, don't worry about the Netflix. Application can be anything. Concentrate on the process. Here, what are the things you can enhance? What are the things you can enhance here? I didn't put the artifacts here. By the way, here we are not generating it. Are we generating any artifacts here? That's the reason I didn't put any artifacts here. Because if you have a Java and if you have a Tomcat, then you need to have a war file where you generate the next artifacts. Here, I already have a code. I'm just creating an image out of it and then using it. I'm using the Docker. No need to have any artifacts. Do you see this? Docker images are creating and it is also trying to push. Dinesh, DevOps and DevSecOps, both are same or different? So both are looks same, but the only thing is, okay, Docker, do you see? It is successful. So that meaning here, if you go here to our machine, to our this guy, and if you see Docker images, I have the image or not? Netflix image is there or not? It has tagged it also. And then Docker ps-a. Do you see Netflix container is also running or not? Then deployed. I can access it with IP address, but let me not show you that now. Let's integrate Kubernetes through load balancer. Will access. The load balancer will access. But in order to run this pipeline, so for that I need to add what Kubernetes code or not. So I already showed you 2 YAML files, manifest files are there. Simply here, what we need to do, we need to install one plugin and then add a stage. Add a stage. Okay, Dinesh is asking, sir, help me with that. Okay, so here the difference between DevOps and DevSecOps. Yeah, someone said same but different. Yeah, that's correct. The thing is here, DevOps, you know, if you are adding in between security related things like what? Trivy, Sonar, Docker Scout. Docker Scout I told you, but that is also one of the security related things. So OWASP, if you're adding this in your pipeline, then that is called what? DevSecOps. If you're not using those, then we call it as DevOps pipeline. If you're using it, DevSecOps pipeline. Yes. For now. What else you have in mind? If you have any other new tools, you can integrate it. Security purpose, sec meaning security. You can add anything in it. But here, for this kind of things, then we can go for only this kind of tools. Okay, so what next one is? Kubernetes, right? So we need to integrate what here? Kubernetes. Okay. Kubernetes setup. So let's update our kube config. Let's update our kube config. So we already updated the kube config or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? We already updated. So if you have updated, so then cat dot cube slash config file is there. This config file is there. No, this is the heart of your Kubernetes cluster. Remember, which one is this? This is the kube config file. Copy this entire thing and then create one new file called secret and then save it here. So Jenkins will use this secret to connect to the Kubernetes cluster and then creating the pods. Understood? So we already done this, and then let's go and install the plugin. What are the plugins that we need to install? Kubernetes plugins. Let's go and install it. So go here, manage Jenkins. Remind me before I run the pipeline. So if I run the pipeline will fail. Why? Because Docker container is already created with the port number. If you run the pipeline again, will create a port conflict will come, right? So for that, first we'll remove the container and then run the pipeline. For you also, because when I was doing it, I got these errors. Plugin. What are the plugins? Kubernetes. So Kubernetes client API, credentials. So this is CLI. 4 plugins are enough. I hope so. Yeah. Install it. Okay. So meanwhile, what we do? Let's go and add the credentials now. Tell me. Okay. Okay now. So I was about to do what? Credentials. Go to manage Jenkins. When go to credentials. Global. Add credentials. This time what we have? We have a secret file. So choose file. So which one you need to choose? So this secret file. So ID. You can give some K8s. Create. Okay. Now same pipeline, but the end what are we adding here? Kubernetes. Same. You can use pipeline syntax to generate this. And then what are we doing here? See, sh command, kubectl apply, deployment.yml, and then what we are doing? So what is the purpose of the file we added here? Dinesh, Jenkins need to go and connect to that cluster, right? That EKS that we have created in AWS. So how does the Jenkins have permissions to connect to the EKS cluster and create the deployment and service? So it uses that as a credentials. Which one? Secret file. Okay now. So let's use this pipeline. And then let's do Netflix configure. As you all know how to integrate Kubernetes. Okay. Remember one thing. In this, thank you. Container we need to do it, right? Docker ps hyphen a. So Docker stop. Which one is that? Name is there, not Netflix. So Netflix. And then what do you need to do? Remove. Done, right? One more method is we can provide role access to Jenkins. Yeah, lucky. Okay. So one important thing that you need to remember here is, guys. Okay, yeah, I forgot to tell. In the previous code that I have given the pipeline, there I put some other port number. For you, I told you, I thought like I'd be forgetting telling this and then run the pipeline. Good thing I remember I told you that you need to delete the container. Otherwise, here I have changed the port number already to you. So it will not give any error to you if you use the same code also, right? So, and yeah, one important thing here is, guys, when I'm adding the tool names and when I'm giving the names in the Jenkins, Sonar-Scanner, Docker, K8s, you need to use the same names because in the pipeline, I'm passing the same names here. Do you see what is the name I'm passing here? So here, another one, what I'm passing here. Same thing I've given names, right? If you have changed the names there, you need to change the names in the pipeline also. What's the credential ID for Docker I've given? Docker, right? What's the credential ID for Kubernetes I've given? K8s. Okay, now, so you need to use the same thing. Let's click on save. Then we do the final run. So if I run, what will happen? What are the steps? It'll get the code from GitHub. Next, it will so do the Sonar scan and then Sonar quality gates. It will Trivy file system check and then it will create a Docker image. It will tag it. It will push it to the Docker hub and your Trivy scan will help you to scan the image and then it will create a container and it will log into the Kubernetes EKS cluster and then it will create a deployment and then on top it will create a service and service will create a load balancer. 10 steps it is doing. So now a single click, boom. Not easy to do, right? So let's wait and see. As I told you, Harish, for Kubernetes, guys, for Kubernetes, what is the deployment tool I taught you? Argo CD. There easily can do rollbacks and all, right? So I told you for Kubernetes, better to go for Argo CD. I didn't show you on the Jenkins. Today I'm showing with the Jenkins how to do the CI/CD with the Jenkins. But rollbacks can be easily done on the Argo CD. That's of no use. From Kubernetes also. Yes. But why I did mention actually Docker container is mandatory to create Docker container there? No, because we are going with what? Kubernetes, right? So just to show you to how to create a Docker container also, I put that comment. So you can remove that also, that's fine. It's up to you. But if you want to use it using IP, it's not good. That's the reason why we went for Kubernetes. Let's see, it is executing our Docker file. Correct, yeah. Guys, do you see it is working? It is success or not? Online. Congratulations, our pipeline is success. So what has created? It has created a what has created? It's created a load balancer. So if you want to get that information, simply what you do, cube ctl get all or get service. Do you see this load balancer? So this load balancer immediately will not work. Let's wait a 1 or 2 minutes because it will take time to provision or not. So it takes time to get active. So right. Grafana. You didn't forget Grafana. So that's fine. What you said? That is health check only. Okay, so let's go and access it. Okay, yeah, let's wait. Let me show you. Ready? Huh? No, I mean, okay, let me press then. And there we go. So guys, online, you can also open this. And this is real Netflix. See now, huh? Huh? Play. Huh? I have English movies. Okay, so, but you understand, guys? Real time Netflix deployment online. Huh? There is one logic here. మీ లాంటి వాళ్ళు ఉంటారని ఏది నొక్కినా ఒకటే మూవీ వస్తుంది. తెలుగు మూవీస్ నో.
You get your money back in 1 year and then you can reinvest. So that's the advantage of investing in bonds.
Telugu movies no. Okay, fine. It's working for you online? Yeah. And there's something here, no? What is it? Amaran. Shravani is such a great project. Nice. Yeah. Clear? Why am I looking this? So, yeah. So, what's the dashboard you said? Lucky? What's the ID? Lucky, 9964. Already exists. Well, that's fine. You try it out. It worked for me already. So, somehow it's not picking up. We added, right? We added, but we restarted. Anyways, that's fine. So, 6479. 6479. Jenkins dashboard. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you can try it out. No issues. Okay. So, you understand the whole concept, guys? So this is the Netflix stuff that we have done. See. So guys, don't explain in interview Netflix wala. Okay, so you can take a real time. You can just tell you are having your own internal platform streaming, right? Website, or you can take any website. So this website is Node.js. You can just find out one small application which is working on Node.js. Here I'm using Netflix, so you can having your own clicks, right? Right, and then explain. So what are the stages that you have integrated? So this is the whole some pipeline which is having a integration with your Git, Sonar, right, and then Trivy DevSecOps pipeline. So you can explain like this, Dinesh, like so integrated Docker, integrated image scanning, integrated Kubernetes, and then mails if just in case anything goes wrong. So everything you can do this like this. So it's a 3-type project based. It's up to you, guys. Here I have given so many hell number of projects to you. It's up to whichever you're confident in the project, you put that. It's not mandatory to put all the projects that I'm giving to you. So whichever you're comfortable with it, put it. So put one project with the Jenkins integration CI/CD and put one project on the AWS CI/CD. Okay. Okay, good. So we'll be able to do this project online. So, yeah. What I do here, if you go to cluster, this one you are getting this error, right? I've already document for you. Yeah, so, in a case, I have a document prepared to you. I'll upload the document to your Google Classroom. Just run those commands. Once you run that commands, let me just give me a minute. I'll show you those things to you. Guys, I want you to finish these projects today. I mean, by tomorrow you come to the class. Online, I'm just stopping the screen share for a second. Okay, so tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow also I need to set up the EKS platform. Tomorrow I'll go into a game. And we'll be deploying what? Game, which is a little bit different. The game is Tetris. You know Tetris game, right? We call it Tetris. Yeah, what's that? Tetris. Yeah. Building blocks. That is our language. So, yeah. So tomorrow, what we do is the real-time thing I'll be showing. What I'll be showing is tomorrow. EKS platform will be the same thing that guys, the one which I have this one will help you a lot in the real time. Guys, you don't know how I'm helping for the real time people here. Exactly, Harisho. So here, OIDC provider need to be applied here, right? So yesterday night I was sitting, and then this is the documentation, official documentation I have used to resolve this error. So you need to run these commands. Don't worry, it looks like big, it's just copy paste commands only. So what you need to do is see whichever I am putting this here, kubectl, you need to run this command, curl these two commands, these commands, and this output you will get like this, and then you need to run this command. Remember, when you are running this command, EKS cluster name, right? In Ubuntu version only, and then you need to put your own. What is this? AWS account name. Change your account name, and then here the same thing. Change your account name and the IAM user you are using, right? I'm user. I'm using Ria. That's the reason I'm putting. But you need to change your own IAM user. So do it here, and then run this command. And inside this, you need to add. You see this here? 2 lines you need to add. You see added. I said. So username, my console viewer on this one, and username Ria. These 2 lines you need to add in one file, and then save it. So and then you can run this one also, whether I can do it or not. And then after that, you need to do the create a role, admin role, and then do the role binding for this. So you need to do only these things, and it will be fun while doing this for you because you'll be resolving the error by your own by going through my document. So okay, added commands now. Okay, you want me to show here now? Okay, now okay, let's do that. Okay, see. What is the problem? Read it here. Your current IAM principal meaning I'm user here, yes, doesn't have access to Kubernetes objects on this cluster. Everything in the Kubernetes is object, or what? Pod is a object. So deployment services, everything, whatever you create inside it is a object. So this user, your current IAM principal doesn't have access. So how do you know? So do you see this? If you go to resources, see, are you able to see any pods here? Guys, are you able to see any pods? Are you able to see any deployments? Okay, cluster you created. Nodes, are you able to see any nodes? This cluster doesn't have any nodes, or you don't have permission to view them. But even though my Ria user is admin, but still this I'm not able to see the Kubernetes objects. For that, what you need to do is you need to give this OIDC provider need to be applied here. So what is this OIDC provider meaning? The username that you are using, you need to update to your Kubernetes. So how do you do this? So here there is a YAML file already created called EKS console full access. So just let's apply that YAML file. See here. Apply that. So what it shows, EKS console dashboard full access cluster role created, and then access binding also created. Fine. And then what we do after that, one more. This is for EKS console restricted access if you want. Not required. So I'm just putting this one also. What it's created, roles created, binding also created. Okay. So let us download these YAML files here locally using curl. Download. Okay. So do you see these YAML files got downloaded or not? Okay. And then let's apply that again here. Actually, we applied. We know to run this actually. So you already directly applied or not? See here, guys. These two you already directly are applying. These 2 lines you already applied. So you know to download. You know to do these things again. Okay. Because when I run this again, what it shows? It shows. I'll show you here. Unchanged. What is it here? Because we already role got created and also binding got also created. You know to run this again. So you can skip this part. Which one? Where did we mention it? We are calling that YAML file. YAML file can be stored anywhere. You are just pulling it. Okay, now. Okay. So now EKS CTL. Oh, I think this might not work for you now. EKS CTL command not found. So we need to install this EKS CTL. So by default it will be having. So why didn't I put the EKS CTL here? I have the commands to install the EKS CTL. Okay. Let's use our Chatu. Will it install directly like that? I don't think so. EKS CTL. Very simple. So first app updater. And then why you don't install curl? So curl will be there already. It's there already, no need. So just copy this. Move that. Okay, and then install it. EKS is there. So now, okay. Okay, see now, EKS get what I'm doing here. Should I need to put that command here for you? EKS CTL? Where is he put that? Okay, so here I'll write install AKS CTL. So this curl will be there already, but I'm just putting it. Download your file, move it to your location, and then okay now. So after that, so EKS get IAM identity mapping. So you should be getting it. Do you see this? This one you should be getting it. Okay, now. So what you need to do here? Run this. I've already added my stuff, so you should be having your own stuff here. So this one, and then this one you need to run. I'm giving the permissions. Okay, now edit the AWS Earth config map. See here. This is the place where I'm asking you to add it here. So where exactly? See carefully. And where's the place I'm asking you to add it here? After my console viewer role. My console viewer role is there, no? So after the role. Okay, so let's add this here, and then one more username Ria we need to add. So under the ARN. Okay. So finally, what we need to do? See, can I list the pods as a my username called Ria? What it says? Answer is no. So that meaning, see here, if I go to Kubernetes here cluster, if I refresh, is it giving the error now? Is it giving the error now? Go to resource, but it is giving something here. See, pod is forbidden. User Ria cannot list the pods. Do you remember RBAC we have learned in Kubernetes? Right? So we need to create a account username and then give role bindings, create a role and the role binding attach it. Remember the same thing we need to do it. So here, so we create a admin role here. We create a YAML admin role and give. Guys, you need to change your username here. Okay? You see, kind username is. So I'm giving the full admin permissions to my user, and then apply it, and then let's go and check whether I can access it now or not. It will say yes or no. Now it says yes. So now if I go here and if I refresh, and that ready thing is gone, and you see all can I see or not? These are all the pods I can see now, and then this is the deployments I can see now. Netflix app is there. Yes or no? Cluster nodes. See, I can able to see the node, and I can able to see the monitor the nodes. Everything I can do it or not, guys. So this is how you resolve the error. This is 1000% real time. If any real time watches this guy, this will take all the code, because in real time people are facing this kind of issues. They don't know how to resolve it because you need to do a lot of things there. So yesterday night I sat and then worked on all this things. I created the document. Okay, so services. Do you see the services? Netflix app service is there. Everything you can see it here from here itself. Okay, so I have given that to you also now. Understood this project? Big project. Tomorrow we'll go with the Tetris, and Tetris also tomorrow very real time thing. Two things we'll do, little bit different. Same process today. That's what I'm telling you. Whatever the project that I have given today, this project I want you to complete it tomorrow before coming to the class. So tomorrow what we do is same EKS cluster we need to set it up. Same process, all the tools we need to configure. But instead of Netflix, we create which pipeline? Tetris pipeline. So Tetris pipeline will create it and then we'll deploy same process. But additionally, if the Tetris developer has developed a new application, how to update the new application without any downtime using Argo CD deployment. Excellent or not? I'm getting a powerful project, sir. Right? I'll be giving the load balancer to you running when developer. So I'll have two repositories now: Tetris version 1, Tetris version 2. So version 2 I'll deploy, and you all people will be accessing and playing the game in real time, in online now. And then I'll do the deployment, and that too will do automatically, because in Docker Hub version 1 Tetris image will be there, but automatically my pipeline will go and create a new image and update the manifest file of Kubernetes to version 2. Then our Argo CD, as the deployment.yaml file got changed, Argo CD will pick up the change and then deploy the latest version. URL, nothing should be changed, but if the customer refresh, I should get the new Tetris version 2. This real time, we'll be doing it in tomorrow big project again. Okay. So before that, I want you to complete this project. Okay. Huh? Oh, last day. So tomorrow, do we have to answer tomorrow morning 10 a.m.? You want to come tomorrow morning? Huh? Huh? Early morning, okay, do one thing. So tomorrow, let's go with 5:30. But day after tomorrow, Wednesday, will be the last day. And last day, we'll be doing one more project. So that, as you are requesting, let's go with the morning 10:30. Why? What is the reason? Huh? No problem. So we'll go with the Wednesday evening. Okay. So Wednesday will be the last day. So we'll be doing a Flask project. Okay. Yes, you can apply auto scaling also. Of course, you can. Okay. And guys, cluster is a little bit expensive. So what you need to do? Do not delete the cluster from here. So how to delete the cluster? So we have our pipeline, right? So go to EKS and then here destroy. Click on build. So now this will take a lot of time to destroy. I don't know how. Okay. Okay now. Yes. I saw that. Yeah. Tomorrow class time is normal timings, 5:30 only. Tomorrow. What? Any nothing, right? Tomorrow normal, 5:30 only. Okay. And once you delete this infrastructure, please delete the load balancers and security groups also. Security groups also will get created. So delete your load balancers, delete your security groups. Okay. No, this will be destroyed. We are using the existing VPC, not new VPC. But load balancer security groups will be created separately. That will not get deleted automatically. You delete that manually. I think it's a deleted creating pipeline. Lingareddy, T2 large, how much cuts, sir? Yeah, you should be expert by now. If you ₹10 per hour. Okay, na? And our delete our promo graph, huh? Okay, ma. So I'll provide this information in your Google Classroom. So please complete this project, and then tomorrow we'll connect with Tetris, and day after tomorrow we'll go with another project. Okay, are you satisfied with the projects? We have been doing projects before also in the middle of the course, and also this overall projects. Can I get the final CC for today, please? Patching the load balancer is not required for you here. So delete EKS cluster using pipeline. Which one? Destroy, and then terminate promograph EC2 instance. Delete ELBs and security groups, and terminate Netflix instance. Okay. Okay. All right. So everything is clear now. Online. Sorry. Okay. So that is all. Let's connect tomorrow at 5:30 for next project. Until then, take care, guys, and please complete these projects. And let's connect tomorrow with the next things. Okay.